If you're planning to pick up Nightreign or just want to know why everyone's losing their mind over it, here are the 10 most important things you need to know before you dive in. Some of these might save you from rage quitting on day 1. Alright folks, let's not waste time. Elden Ring Nightreign drops in just 2 days, and while this is more Elden Ring, it's also something brilliantly different. I've been seeing a lot of people confusing Nightreign with a DLC. You go to search for it and people are still confused on whether or not it is, and it don't help that Google's damn AI constantly compares it to Shadows of the Erdtree for some reason. Let's get this cleared up right now. Nightreign is not downloadable content. You're not booting up your old Tarnished, teleporting to a new zone, and farming upgrade mats. This is a full-on standalone experience with its own systems, character progression, and world structure. Think of it more like Sekiro or Bloodborne, not a traditional expansion pack. There's no carrying over gear, stats, or builds. You start fresh because the rules have changed, and you'll need every edge you can get. Before you edge too hard, let's stop beating around the bush and talk about who we will be playing in this game. What do games like Smite, Marvel Legends, and Team Fortress 2 have in common? They're heroes, and like them, Nightreign has plenty to pick from. The first thing you do in Nightreign is pick a hero. There are 8 Nightfarer archetypes to choose from, each with their own passive traits, signature powers, and build-defining perks. Oh yeah, and if you guys want a breakdown of these particular classes, I've already done a video of them. It's on screen now. You're out here with your friends choosing your very own Avengers team, complete with a Hawkeye and, for some reason, Storm. You don't just build around a hero, you build because of them. Some Nightfarers focus on dodging and quick attacks, like Duchess. Others can let the weight of the world bounce right off their face, with their shield of course, and some of the heroes can combo attack for complete devastation of your opponents. Every hero shapes the loot you find, the combat you'll favor, and even the enemies you'll face. And yes, some runs will feel easier or harder, based on who you pick, and who your friends pick, because even though your heroes are important, it's hard to forget that this game is in a whole different gameplay style. We are all inspired by those around us, and FromSoft is no different. Elden Ring is well known to be inspired by games like Breath of the Wild and Skyrim. However, Nightreign could see its roots in combining Elden Ring's open world with something easier to repeat, something roguelike. Nightreign is built around runs. Every time you start, you begin at level 1. No saved builds, no high-level cheese strats. Gear, stats, spells, it's all earned during the run itself. You'll build up your loadout piece by piece, weapons drop randomly, upgrade materials are limited, and the order of bosses and loot changes every time. There's also a sense of pressure baked into the structure. Each run lasts 3 in-game days. During the first 2 days, the map will get more and more constricted as the night reins you in. When day 3 hits, the map collapses and your final boss appears, whether you're ready or not. It's Elden Ring through the lens of Dead Cells, Returnal, or Hades. No safety nets, no farming, no mercy. Which means that Limville doesn't play fair. Major elements of the world, like boss locations, item placements, and even key NPCs, shift between runs. Some paths stay the same, others vanish entirely. One time you might find a powerful talisman 5 minutes in, the next, it's guarded by a full dungeon, or an optional boss. It means learning the map isn't enough. You have to read the run as it happens. Are you behind on upgrades? Can you risk a detour for better loot? Or is the storm already closing in? Dealing with those hypotheticals is important because, for some inexplicable reason, people keep comparing it to Fortnite, and honestly, it's not completely wrong. As each day passes, entire regions of the map become inaccessible. The night closes in, the world shrinks, corruption eats away at the land, forcing you to move faster, take riskier fights, and leave behind loot you might desperately need later. It's about pressure. It's the clock ticking against you. Do you waste your time exploring every nook? Well, you could, but you might end up at the final boss with nothing but a rusted sword and regret. But thankfully, to help you, FromSoft changed the movement. Torrent's out. He's not in this game. But don't worry, you move better than ever before with the new changes brought in by From Software's amazing dev team. But did they think of everything? Let me know what you think. Nightreign gives you a built-in double jumps, smoother platforming across the board, thanks Sekiro's movement, but more grounded and versatile. You can leap up vertical cliffs, bounce across broken terrain, and parkour through ruins without relying on a summon. And then there are the spirit birds. These are spectral creatures perched near some phantom tree spring looking thing. Touch one and you're launched into the sky. These act like the spirit springs in Elden Ring that allowed Torrent to jump higher. But they're now tied into traversal puzzles, hidden areas, and escaping from something that's going to be mentioned later. You'll move fast, you'll move high, and the game expects you to, because you will need it to deal with the difficulty modifiers. You might be asking, what the hell do I even mean by difficulty modifiers? Which is a great question. So, before you even enter the world, you'll be able to choose whether or not you will allow for some environmental modifiers to be active. These modifiers are things like shifting earth, storms, giant blue balls, and much more. If you are crazy enough to try them, well, they might just get you killed faster. These are not difficulty sliders, they're high risk, high reward changes that might throw elite enemies into early zones, increase boss aggression, or spawn big, strong, spoopy enemies during the darkness cycles. One will add a giant crater filled with lava and stronger foes, where if you beat the final boss, you will be able to fully upgrade your weapon. This is where I was talking about you having to escape using the spirit birds earlier. Another will summon a giant tornado that flies around the map. However, beware, this will summon stronger foes and AI-driven Nightfarers to wreck your shit. If you've ever wanted Elden Ring to hit harder, this is your lever, but don't get cocky. Every modifier has real consequences. You'll pay for better loot in blood. After all, PvP invasions aren't part of Nightreign, but you're not safe. You'll be invaded by Nightfairer NPCs, and they are vicious. Think Fia's champions, but they've gone to dueling school. These NPC invaders don't just swing wildly, they dodge roll at the perfect times. They bait your stamina, they punish your healing attempts. They're like seasoned PvP veterans. And they don't always come alone. These fuckers squad up also. Sometimes you'll be fighting off mobs when one shows up. Sometimes they ambush you at choke points. And sometimes, just sometimes, they'll be guarding loot you really want. You'll start to recognize their patterns, their gear, their names, and eventually you'll start to fear them. But they're not the only danger in Nightreign. What's better than choosing your own class when going into a fight? What if I told you you can choose what you'll be going up against? Wouldn't that be neat? Well, at the beginning of each run, you'll choose one of 8 major bosses to face at the end. Each boss shapes the world you're about to enter. Pick the Trisophilos and your enemies might start using fire-based attacks and leave behind scorched terrain. Choose the Equilibrious Beast, and Insanity may run rampant in your attempt. He shows up several times before you reach him, offering you deals with detrimental effects on the world around you, while also buffing you. Others might summon mini-bosses mid-run or unleash environmental hazards like Blight Fog or Phantom Storms. It's like choosing your final boss in advance, and then watching the world shift to reflect their power. You're picking the theme of your own nightmares. And to help with those challenges, you'll need to unlock new things, because Nightreign isn't purely run-based. There's progression between attempts. Again, thank Hades with his mirror where you can choose permanent buffs to your character. Neat, right? You'll unlock new gear, perks, and secrets that can show up in future runs. Some heroes might gain access to unique gear lines, others might unlock permanent bonuses that subtly increase survivability, more flash charges, better item drops, and even new traversal options. But this isn't a roguelite where every run feeds a currency into a skill tree. From Software wants you to earn your progress. Some unlocks are tied to obscure NPCs or secret areas. Others are bound to side objectives that are easy to miss or die doing. The more you play, the more you'll uncover. But don't expect the game to hand you power just because you showed up. This is Elden Ring. It still wants to slap you around, and we know you like it, don't you? And because I know you like secrets, I've got some good news for you. This one goes without saying, but let's say it anyway. From Software did not forget the lore. You guys know they wouldn't do that to you. Nightreign is packed with new storylines, cryptic dialogues, and environmental storytelling that possibly links it back to the original Elden Ring, but also branches off into weird experimental territory. Timeline fragmentation, possible alternate realities, characters that seem familiar but are wrong. And like the base game, you won't find everything in one playthrough. Some secrets are locked behind specific heroes, others won't even trigger unless certain bosses are chosen. You have to replay, you'll have to experiment, and yes, you'll probably need the community to piece it all together. If you're the type of person who spent 50 hours reading item descriptions in the original game, you're in for another new obsession. So here's the takeaway. Nightreign isn't just a new Elden Ring experience, it's a new kind of From Software game. A roguelike structure, hero-based system, a collapsing world, dynamic traversal, and smarter AI make this one of their boldest experiments yet. It's fast, it's brutal, it's weird, and in 2 days it's going to devour your free time. So let me know, what Nightfairer are you starting with? What kind of modifier are you brave enough to run? And what's the first boss you want to face down when that circle starts closing? Like the video if this helped you prep, sub for more Nightreign deep dives, and hey, if you die on day 2, don't worry, we all will. Remember, be good to each other. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.